Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, and as of yesterday, the North Central Chaplain for Broken Chains JC. So, today is August 19th, 2023. We are going to look at Proverbs chapter 19. And if you've been following me for any length of time, you know why. And if you haven't and you want to know, reach out and ask. Be glad to explain that to you. But today, it's Saturday. There's a ton of stuff that's got to get done. And there's a lot of things I would like to be doing that probably wouldn't be appropriate to do. And there are things that need to get done that are appropriate to do that probably don't have time for. Isn't it crazy how life can get so busy and all the good things, the God things, and the want to things seem to always collide, and your desire for getting it all done becomes, overwhelming. And so you end up not doing anything. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm the only one that ever has to deal with that. The one thing I have learned years ago, my sponsor, mentor at the time used to tell me every time I was dealing with anything in life, I couldn't figure out how to move forward because there was just too much. He would say, "Be still and know that I'm God." It's an incredible verse in Psalms. I hated it. Absolutely hated it. It was his answer for everything. And I realized when I was still and knew that God was God and just did the next thing, didn't chase after dozens, just did one thing and accomplished it, I could get twice as much done in an 8-hour day as it would normally get done in a 20-hour day. It makes no sense, but it worked every single time. And yet today, I still forget that lesson. And I'm betting you do as well. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 11 says this: "A person's insight gives him patience, and his virtue is to overlook an offense." A person's insight gives him patience, and his virtue is to overlook an offense. In the King James, it reads this way: "The discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it's his glory to pass over a transgression." The discretion, or the intelligence, his success, comes from putting off or to extend that frustration and not deal with it in the moment. But it's his glory, or it's his ornament, it's his beauty, to allow it to not rule his life, to pass over that transgression. That revolt. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but my brain revolts when I got 1,000 things that need to be done and I have no idea how to get them all done. And literally, this is my mind today. God's telling me, a person with insight has patience. And it's my ornament, it's my virtue, it's the beauty of who I am, to overlook that rebellion in my own mind. I mean, it's true to overlook a rebellion and revolt from others, but I'm my worst enemy. Maybe you understand that. So today, I'm going to tell you, you've got a bunch of stuff you want to do, a bunch of stuff that needs to get done, and a bunch of stuff that has to get done. Put your focus on the Lord. Start with one thing. And it probably should be the has to. And if you don't know what the has to is, put your focus on the Lord and ask Him. One thing will become prominent in your mind. Go do that. And be amazed in the midst of that how much you get done. Oh, and by the way, while you're doing it, if you feel overwhelmed, ask for help. It's amazing what happens when you just put your focus on God. First, ask God for help. And then, if appropriate, if somebody comes to mind, ask someone else for help as well. A few weeks back, I was working on the motorcycle and I couldn't get it done. I was running out of time. I cried out to the Lord and said, God, I just need help. I told you this story before, but within moments, a neighbor came walking in my driveway. And then he reminded me, because he's a Christian man, that all I had to do was an hour before that go over and ask him for help, and I would have been done long before that and wouldn't have had to stress out over it. I didn't put my focus on the Lord. I'm still learning this lesson. I want you to as well. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.